From noob to ace, from cheap to blinged out, this video is going to have your Dominix and Navy Dominix fits that you can use. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Name's Loru, digital advertiser, content creator, and Eve enjoyer for the better part of 10 years now. And this is going to be your one-stop shop for all the Dominix things for level 4s, combat, and beyond. So let's start with the base Dominix. And before we go any further, make sure you subscribe and like all the good stuff. The channel has been popping. Welcome into all the new subs. Thank you kindly. Appreciate you and all the good stuff that's happening. So thanks. Let's start with the Dominix. Now, we're going to go into the Navy Dominix later, but you can take all of the Navy Dominix fits and then kind of port them over to the Dominix if you don't have the Navy version. That said, the Navy ship is way better. Okay, so first of all, let's start with what makes the Dominix great. It is a drone boat. Drones are extremely effective, especially if you don't have all the money to afford ammo, and I just really enjoy them from the Galente side. It started as Galente, never went back. There's a reason why it's one of the most popular battleships out there. It's very good to fly, effective, safe enough, as safe as you can be in high sec, and it gets the job done. So let's start with the high slots. Okay, we call this Gecko guns. We're not going to use Geckos on this base fit, but if we're kind of building to it, we're going to get there. So let's start with the highs. We got 3 Tech 1 Railguns 425s. Now, we're going to talk about the difference between guns and drones as we go through this video. The purpose of this fit is to be like a base fit to start in, kind of work towards if you don't have a lot of money, but as your first battleship, this is pretty standard for what I was able to do in level 4s comfortably. We're not going to use Tech 2 guns on this base one because the bulk of your DPS is going to come from drones. That's true for all these fits. 3 Tech 1 Railguns. 2 drone link augmenters. You're going to see, because they're Tech 2, the targeting is at 105, and so is our drone targeting. It's right on the nose. Easy peasy. Thank you very much. A large micro jump drive for the mids. You're going to play this sort of like a Marauder, where if you get in trouble, you're just going to blip away with your micro jump drive, range stuff down with your antimatter, uranium, and tungsten ammo. We do have an Afterburner on there just because you need some kind of prop mod to be able to taxi from stuff to stuff. A tracking link to increase your drone DPS. This is a Tech 1. You're going to see a couple Tech 1s on this purely for CPU. That's mainly why there's a couple Tech 1s on this. 2 large cap battery Tech 2s. This is going to let you be cap stable for the bulk of this. You are not going to be using both of these at the same time, so you are stable depending on what you're doing. Whatever 9 minutes is cap stable, you know what I'm saying. And you're going to get yourself a large armor repair Tech 2, damage control, multispectrum. These 3 are going to be the main versions of your tank. You can also take off the omnidirectional tracking enhancer to put on a second multispectrum if you need more tank. It's just under the wire there, but you do want some DPS on this because you're still not in the higher ranges of the DPS with this fit, so keep it going. We got the, like we were just saying, omnidirectional tracking enhancer, 3 drone damage amplifiers. So I flew this fit for a long time to be able to afford some things. It's not the fastest in terms of doing level 4s, but you can get it done with the micro jump drive. You blip away with the Caldari Navy Wardens, you slap on some tungsten ammo, and you're going to be off to the races. And if they get closer, you go to uranium. If they get closer still, you're going to go to antimatter, and they should be dead by then because you're popping them. So if you're not using your Wardens, you can use your Wasps. You're not going to be using the Geckos just yet. You can use the Geckos if you have the money, but the Wasps are going to be one of your main damage dealers on this fit. Geckos are very expensive. They're about 100-ish million a piece, and you can only run 2, but if you have a spare, that's well over almost 400 million when you factor in all the taxes and such. Just use the Wasp for now, and then throw some Hornets and some Vespas in there just to be able to, you know, go after the frigates and all that kind of stuff. So this is your Dominix fit. This is the one that's going to get you from A to B if you just have the Dominix, not the Navy version. With that said, let's go to the Navy Dominix fit. It's a tankier ship. It has more slots. It's the better overall ship because it also gets damage to your large hybrid turrets. So go for this fit as soon as you can. All right. The rigs on this one, we're going to start with those. We got the large auxiliary nano pump 1. Pump 1. Let me put it here so y'all can just see it. Get it done. Look at very nice. Okay. Excellent. I love how it overlaps perfectly. We've got nano pump 1s and explosive armor reinforced ones. You're very weak to your explosives, so I close that hole with this rig. You've got your 4 prototype Gauss guns. You can use different kinds of railguns here, but these prototype Gauss guns were able to get the CPU right under the wire with this. We've got the drone link augmenter, same kind of thing. The vibe of this is very similar to the last fit with the addition of the drone nav computer. The thinking here is that the more time the drones are not on the target, the less damage they're doing. So throw a drone nav computer on there to get them to the target as fast as possible. You're going to keep using your omnidirectional tracking link, your large cap batteries. Most of the mids are basically the same. You're going to get your double tank with the damage control. You can fit in some more DPS here and take out some tank if you would like. This just to show you an example of the kinds of mix and matches that you can do for the base version of this fit. And then finally, you got the 3 drone link amplifier. So same kind of deal as the last one. Slap the Wasps in, Hornets, Vespas, get them done. Salvage drones because you have the space for it, might as well. Your ammo here is going to be antimatter, tungsten, uranium with some optimal range / tracking speed scripts in there. So the point of this base fit, you'll notice it comes under $1 billion, where the last one was like $1 billion-ish, depending on what kind of mod you put in. It's going to get you between 700 million and about $1 billion. This similar fit lasted me a long time, and this is the base version. So we're going to go quickly through the second one so we can just get right to the final one. On the second one, you're going to keep the same rigs, except you're going to go to Tech 2. You're going to go to Tech 2 guns for that DPS increase. You're going to basically go to Tech 2 for that's the big change here. You're also going to get and you're going to invest in some Republic Fleet cap batteries. All right, these will last you for a lot of different kinds of ships. I highly recommend you invest yourselves into some cap batteries. You can use them in a bunch of different stuff. So we're going to swap to a reactive armor hardener. Okay, by now your skills have increased. I'm assuming you're training the proper skills to fly this boat and beyond when you're doing this. This is why this is like the next thing to go to. Reactive armor hardener is going to stress your cap a little bit more than a damage control, but it's going to make your armor that much better. So typically when I was running this ship, I would take out a multispectrum, put on some kind of a drone DPS / gun DPS increase, because the reactive plus the multispectrum is going to let you tank most, if not all, missions, especially those missions where they have long-range missiles, because those are your weakness with this kind of ship. And then still the drone damage amplifier. Why the massive price increase? Well, this one you can see it here. We've got the Geckos turned on. The Gecko kill squad is 2 Geckos, 2 Vespas, and a Hornet. Why do you have 6 Hornets in there? Because if there's a frigate gang, you can throw out 6 Hornets and just start going crazy, and they're going to kill them off. So this is where your DPS absolutely goes up. Okay, with antimatter plus the Gecko squad, you're going to about 1,000 DPS in a not factioned out yet battleship. That's great. You can now brawl at range, medium, close, and long. With you slap some tungsten ammo in there, it goes long range. Antimatter and uranium can go medium. The sniper drones can start hitting stuff, and especially, why do you keep the sniper drones in there if you have the Gecko kill squad? Your DPS goes way down. You know, you're only, let's say you're doing uranium instead of antimatter, okay? And you've got the wardens out. Your DPS goes down to only 700, because there's a lot of these missions that have these stationary targets, these like missile batteries. So you warp in, you drop your Dominix, you drop out your drones, and you pop the thing, pop the thing, pop the thing. You don't have to have the Geckos taxi kill them, taxi kill them. You see what I'm saying? Keep the sniper drones in there for those kind of situations. And if there's something far away you just want to poke, I like to throw those on before the Geckos can be thrown out and killing all the things. All right, so the big difference between Tech 1 and Tech 2 is you're going from Wasps as your main DPS to Geckos and various Tech 2 things. It's time for number 3, the big boy. This one is the Bling ship. I've been flying this for 4 years-ish with absolute winning happening. Here it is, the 3.0 Gecko. You already see the fun stuff. Let's start with the rig since we're hitting that. We still have the nano pumps, but we've swapped to the semiconductor memory cell. Now, this one is one of those, like, I'm already stable, cap stable, whatever it is, you know. This was just so I can use it for different things. I found myself using my Dominix for other things besides level 4s. We'll get to that in future videos. Like, comment, and subscribe. You already know what it is. I slapped this on there just to have some better cap. You don't have to do this. You can keep the explosive rig on there. Do what you want. We've switched to faction guns. The DPS increase is noticeable. You start kind of flying through stuff when you spend more money, and we put 5 guns on here and took out a drone link because your kill stuff so fast now, we don't need to at range things anymore. You'll notice we've taken out the micro jump drive. We're going to keep the afterburner in there. This is a bit of a flex, but I want to get some more speed. Okay, so got the big afterburner on there. We're going to have both omnidirectional and the tracking computer too. This one's for drones. This one is for guns. We are now going to use and go into the gun DPS modules. We're not just going to focus on the drone DPS modules. You're going to have the tracking, the nav computer on there. Here's the big one too. Again, make sure you invest in the cap batteries early. The big boy armor repairer is one of my favorite things. You can heal all the things. You're not worried about stuff anymore. The reactive armor hardener stays. The faction membrane 25%. It's quite special. You just don't take damage. That's it. You really do get what you pay for. The faction magnetic field stabilizer to increase the gun DPS with the faction drone damps. It's blingy. It gets you from A to B, and then some. It does the work. Typically what I do is I have the antimatters, and I've got our Gecko kill squad going in, all right? And we're doing, can you say, almost 1,200 DPS in a battleship, no less. That is also quite tanky. All right, incredible stuff. You're going to notice some other things on here too. This is an expensive ship. Get yourself some implants. Get yourself some drugas, some nice boosters, I think is the politically correct term. Okay, you're going to get the blue pill and the like standard exile booster here, the orange pill. Sure, these are your oh crap buttons when somebody, if somebody tries to gank you, you can pop these and go crazy. It might be the difference between life and death. Or if you're in a particularly hard level 4, you can pop it then. I don't really do that, but there it is. The other big difference here is you're going to use your dunk salvage drones. This is going to salvage stuff more faster. You're going to get better salvage. Okay, if you slap in some dunks, there it is. So that's your Domi fits from A to Z. I recommend starting off in a base Dominix. You can kind of see how to go up with this. You can start with a similar theme. Go to Navy Domi. You don't necessarily lose a lot of money, even though you're going to have to buy new rigs. It's fine. It's fine. Then you kind of tier up your stuff. Then you bling it out. This is the pathway to greatness. All right, I do very well with level 4s with this. I do very well with whatever I'm going to put out in future videos. If you enjoy, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with the build? I want to know. You're going to see some other Eve videos popping up in just a moment. Check them out, and we'll see you in the next video.